much for meeting me. My name is Nugroho Jamia. I am doing my master's in development studies at the Kara College. This is a part of my internship, and this is an interview regarding the Department of Economics and Statistics. Can you please introduce yourselves?
I'm Amal, Joint Director and District Economic and Statistics Officer in Malta.
I am Motobi. I'm the Inspector of Economics and Statistics in Malta District.
Thank you so much for this opportunity of an interview. I've had a very learning experience during this internship. Just as a introduction to the department, can you just tell me about the type of surveys that is done and like what kind of surveys are done and what is the need for surveys?
Recently, we have completed village level development indicators VLDA census, so to say survey 2021, and in the beginning of the year we have conducted village census 2021, where we found that in the Lower District we have 212 recognized villages and 25 unrecognized villages and some few villages. And apart from that, the national sample survey was conducted every year. So those are the surveys undertaken by the department.
And how is this survey used by the department? What is the importance of these surveys?
When it comes to the importance of the department, with regard to data collection and all, our department, Department of Economics and Statistics, is the nodal department for collection of data. So different types of surveys are being conducted every now and then, frequently, and all the data so collected is being provided to the government, which is being used for the plan formulation in the state.
Used by the planning
Planning and Coordination Department for plan formulation. Just want to convey my message to you that whoever the enumerators so engaged to conduct this survey should be efficient, and the data provided to the government should not be a temporary one, but it should be an accurate data. Here also, it's worth mentioning that as and when the department officials can, what an enumerator comes to survey in a particular village or in a particular area, the village people should also cooperate with the department. So as to enable the department officials to get the correct and the desired data, which will be used by the government for plan formulation as well.
Do you have any questions for me regarding the internship or any activities?
Just want to know from you, how is your experiences regarding survey in rural areas?
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It was a very learning experience. I went to the village, like it was an on-field practical experience where I went from village to village, went through very troublesome roads where it rained one of the days, so it was very difficult to travel on that particular day and so on as well. And then if we had gone a little later, then we would not have been able to come out from the rural area. So that was a very learning experience. And then I was able to see the condition of the village from with my own eyes, like what kind of development is going on, what kind of organization is leading the villages, like the Pamoras or the village council. And then I was able to see the development of schools, especially education, how there's a lot of primary education, but there's a lack of higher education, and those kind of development indicators. Like I was able to collect those data with first-hand experience, first-hand practical experience. So it was a very learning experience. I'll be using this data to discuss in my report the issues in the village, the schemes that are going on and how effective they are, and then possible solutions from the perspective of the village chairman and us. And then I'll be using this data for a comparative study of all the villages, and as a case study, Kuboto in particular, because that was the one where I had on-field experience, and making a comparative study using the statistical data.
Okay. It's very much fortunate for me to thank you for being
Thank you,
a
sir.
survey.
Yes, sir.
And want to know how this survey will be helpful in your course of study.
In my course, Development Studies, it's all about studying development, which includes sociology, statistics, economics, a little bit of philosophy, and then a lot of theoretical works based on economics actually, mainly based on that. So the course itself demands that I understand development. What causes development? What are the indicators? How can you develop a place, a city into a city? How can you develop a village into an urban area? So I study those kind of things, and then I study theories about development, like say, should we invest in industries, or should we invest in agriculture, or should we invest in the middle of both? Those kind of things, like the narrow area, boundaries. I studied that recently. So this data, which I collected, will be used to understand what are the important factors that need to be invested in the villages to develop it further. What are the important things that need to be developed immediately, which will be a long-term project, for planning a more developed Dimapur. According to my observations, and then according to the discussions that we've had so far, the road connectivity is the first thing that needs to be addressed. Through that, the rest of the villages can get a lot more opportunities for development.
It's very fortunate to have you. I'm very much grateful that we undertook survey and we have visited some 15 villages as well. So you must have learned a lot about rural population
Yes.
as well. So it's a privilege on the part of TSO Dimapur